If you want to make a taxi job in Fortnite Creative, make sure to stick around to the end of the video to find out more. Like and subscribe if this tutorial helps you out, but anyway, let's just get straight into the video. Alright, so first place down a guard spawner, and this is how we're going to get the passenger when you're in the taxi. So place down a guard spawner, and I've renamed it to guard spawner taxi. You could do that by pressing this button up here, and then press A or whatever button it is for you, and change the name like that. So for the settings, put the spawn count to 1, allow infinite spawn to no. Character cosmetic, this is the character you want the passenger to be. You can choose from any of these you want. I've just gone with Jonesy. Guard team option, I put it to team neutral. Spawn timer 0, spawn through walls off, spawn radius 1 meter, and you can change the max shield and starting shield if you want. Enable patrol off, drop inventory on elimination no, can be hired yes, hired guard name accept job, and can be given commands to yes. So basically when you want to be a taxi driver, you can walk up to the guard spawner and hire him, and then when you get in your taxi, the guard should follow you into the taxi and you can drive to the destination. So this is what will show above the guard. It will say accept job, and that's how you get the passenger into the taxi. So next, place down a tracker, and this is how we're going to track how the passengers get into the destination. So in the tracker, put static track to events, the target value to 1, assign a game start to off, and assign when joining in progress to off, because you don't want them to be a taxi driver as soon as they join the match. Show on HUD, I've put it to details, but you can put it to list or both if you want. Tracker title, I put drop Jonesy off at the house, and in the description I put the payment as 50 gold. We're going to give them some gold when they complete the taxi job. And then the quest icon, I put a taxi. You can also change the colour, but I've left it as white. Now guys, to track that the taxi drivers delivered the passenger to wherever the destination is, you're going to want to place down a mutator zone where the destination is. So this is the house, and I've placed down a mutator zone, and again I've renamed it to mutated and devised taxi. Put the width, depth and height to a bit outside of the destination, so there's a bit of space where, because obviously the taxi can't drive straight into the house, so you want a bit of area outside where it's going to see if the taxi driver's got to the destination. For selected class, put this to a class that you haven't used yet on your map, because this is how only the taxi driver is going to get the gold when they complete the job. Put enable VFX to disabled, allow weapon fire, put it to on. Now go to the events tab and put on player entering zone, send event to the tracker to increment progress. So increment the progress to 1 and it will complete the tracker when the taxi driver gets to the destination, which is the house. So to make sure only the taxi driver gets the gold when they deliver the guard over there, we've got inside the mutator zone, we have the setting selected class to only class 1, or whatever class you want to use yet, you haven't used that in your map. So we're going to need a class selector to change them to that class when they accept the job. So place down a class selector, and I've renamed it to class selector taxi. And for the settings, put class to switch to the same one you put on the mutator zone. So for me, 1. Restore health and shields on switch to off. Volume visible during games to off. Visible during games to off. Activation audio off. Zone audio off. And display VFX on activation to off. Then in the functions tab, put change player to class I'm receiving from the guard spawner taxi on hired. So when they accept the job from the guard spawner, it's going to give them class 1, which will enable them to go in the mutator zone and complete the job. Then we're going to want them to leave the class, so they can't keep going back and getting more gold. So place down a class selector and change this one to class selector no class, and put the class switch to no class, so they don't get any class and they go back to no class when they complete the job. And it's all the same settings here, but it put change player to class when receiving from the tracker to when complete. So when the tracker completes, it will change them to no class. Now guys, we're going to give them the gold when they complete the job. So place down item granter, and I've renamed it to item granter taxi. As you can see, they all to do with taxi. And put on grant action to keep all and cycle behavior to wrap, and then go to your content and scroll down to items, and you can search up gold here and get some gold. Go into inventory, then press X on the gold or whatever button it is, you can see it down there, and then you can drop however much you want into the item granter. For me, I put 50. And then in the functions tab, put grant item receiving from the tracker when complete. So when the tracker completes, they'll get granted the gold. Also guys, you can get a taxi car. You don't have to change any settings on it if you want, but for me I put the visible doing game stuff off on the spawner down below. But to get it, go to your content and go to devices, and then you can just search up taxi, and you'll find a taxi spawner right here. Also guys, if you want the guard to despawn when they complete the job, go into the guard spawner and put despawn when it's in from the tracker when complete. So the guard despawns when they complete the job. But if you want them to stay hired and help out your player, then you can just leave it and don't despawn the guard. Make sure to like, subscribe to the channel if you're new to see more Fortnite creative tutorials, and if you want to support me in the item shop, use code HACKS, #EpicPartner. If you want to know how to do another job where you deliver pizza, make sure to check out this video on screen now. Thanks for watching the video guys, peace.